Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Well, as we get underway with this, the women's final of the Royal Oak PSA Challenger, and good to see Kaitlyn Watts back playing squash after nearly a year or so away. The 20-year-old does have a PSA world ranking, but was ranked around about 97, 98 in the world at her high a couple of years ago. And of course Emma Miller, the top seed, and also world number 8 right now, hasn't lost in New Zealand since the Auckland Open last year. Joining me now, Shelley Kitchen, and Shelley, just having a look at this match. You saw Kaitlyn play a little bit earlier on in the tournament, and she's been in good form.
Yeah, she's been playing really well. It's nice to see her back playing. Just sort of add another sort of female arm to the mix with the girls. Yeah, Emma started with a good couple of rallies here. Looking pretty steady. Oh, great shot.
We had a 5-setter, 5-gamer in the men's final, and Wills Dolly came close, but in the end, Lawamba Chalisi taking out his 7th satellite title. I think Wills Dolly is going to be a very tired and very probably sore man after that. 2 big 5-gamers on the
2 5-setters yesterday and another
exactly.
5-setter today.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But good to see him playing at top level, because he played Whakatane. He hadn't played the Eden Epson or Henderson, but to play Whakatane and then this tournament, that's great. Just creates that variety of players and someone a little bit different up against the other guys.
Yeah, it's really good. I think Wills is sort of targeting the Auckland Open for his first tournament of the year. That got postponed with the lockdown in Auckland, so his first tournament ended up being Whakatane. And so gained momentum from there and made the final this weekend. So yeah, good effort from Wills.
So both players here already in just the initial stages, just working to play.
Yeah, girls, some really good rallies. I'm really impressed with the way the girls have started here in this first game.
What we saw in the semi-finals, and mentioning it with Tim, is that Kaitlyn didn't mind throwing herself about on the court, in fact onto the floor a few times, diving at the ball, fairly committed to it.
Yeah, definitely. She does sort of running for every ball, diving, just sort of can get a bit dangerous on there sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
I sort of whenever she sort of attempts to dive, I sort of get a bit nervous that she might not actually get up off the ground again or cause some damage. So, coming back after her break, just great to see Kaitlyn. She looks a little bit stronger, and yeah, she's 20 now. Great start from the girls, and Emma really dominating the tee. Forcing Kaitlyn really behind her. Wow. Girls are hitting it really tight. Good shot. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
It's just in the...
Oh, looks like she got that.
I don't know how, but
well
she
done.
did. Oh. Yeah, I just about went head first into the wall. It's all very
straight
well
up
to,
again.
Yeah, it's all very well to dive, but gee. Yeah, keeping it tight on the scoreboard at the moment, and that stroke certainly helping. Miller just playing the ball back towards her body too close.
Yeah, they're still figuring out each other's game at the moment. I think they probably haven't played for at least 2 to 3 years, possibly. They haven't played. So,
well, this is good for Emma to get a different player, rather than the same players that she's been coming up against for the last few tournaments.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, she hasn't lost a
good lodge.
match for I think a year now. So yeah, she's doing amazing.
Also to
Really
have
well.
Rebecca Barnett in the tournament as well. That's good. Someone a little bit different again, and she came fourth, making the semi-finals. Lost the playoff third and fourth against Lana Harrison this morning or earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, I was talking to Becky before she played, and I think she said her last tournament she played was about two years ago, I think, or nearly 3 years ago, New Zealand teams event. Yeah, so she went to the UK for a couple of years, did her OE, played a little bit in London, but sort of playing a little bit now, which is, yeah, it's really good to see someone else in the mix, someone with experience, and yeah, it's great to see.
There we go with that lob serve of Emma Miller that she tends to do to younger opponents. I think of the Henderson Open final. She didn't do it quite so many times to you. You're a little bit taller and perhaps a little bit stronger in the air.
Yeah, I was waiting for her lob serve because I'd sort of watched her play
so
much, yeah, and I was waiting for the lob serve, but she didn't sort of play it so much against me. But anyway, 10-5 up here, 5.
The lob serve was... it's a lower ceiling perhaps, but geez, still, that was pushing it.
Make that four game balls now. So, yeah, it's a great squash in this first game.
Well, we've gone from 5-all to 10-5 and now 10...
Oh.
17.
Well, that came from nowhere.
No, Emma just lost her concentration, I think, a little bit there. Needs to get this back.
It's late 17. Game ball.
Oh, it's a great shot.
Well, she's come back very strong with these... I mean, we've had a couple of errors from Emma Miller, but a shot like that... And you've got game ball again against her.
Yeah,
Quite
Emma
good.
sort of would want to finish this one off, I'd say. From being 5-10 out to... Emma sort of gathered herself, got into another long rally, and some tight balls here. Nice. Shot. Girls quite happy to really set up the rally before they try to go short.
Stroke. And a little bit of a... Really? Would I do that? From Kaitlyn Watts, but in the no discussion.
Lily, it's 1 game to love.
And the first game of this, the women's final at the Royal Oak PSA Challenger, went to Emma Miller, the top seed, top 100 ranked player as well at the moment. And she won that 11-8.
Lily, it's 1 game to love.
Just got to see now Shelley Kitchen what Kaitlyn Watts can do a little bit different. Of course, she hasn't had the big match practice. She played Whakatane last weekend. But aside from that, I wouldn't suggest that she's had too many matches against someone in the top 100 or thereabouts.
No, probably not. It was her first tournament in Whakatane, getting back into it. She played Amanda Landis Murphy there, and he had a really great game. Yeah, she's played a lot of squash up until this point from before she had a bit of a break. So I think it will come back to her pretty quickly, as it's showing yesterday, I guess, in her semi-finals with Lana. So
I mean, she's got the same steely determination, the look on her face. Now, don't mess with me look.
yeah,
That hasn't changed.
yeah, definitely determined. Yeah, but she's it's great. It's great.
Down. 2 all.
Hopefully with players like Kaitlyn and Rebecca and a few others as well, that they're able to play tournaments, whether it's the Auckland Open or whether it's the National Champs later on in the year as well.
Look out, 3-2.
It's not that we have anything against Emma Miller, but we want to make things harder for her.
It's just nice to see some more competition. It's always
Exactly.
good to support women's squash and see, just women playing the game, really, coming back to it for whatever reason.
Oh, it's unusual sort of boast, but not.
Yeah, I think Kaitlyn's sort of mixing it up a little bit. She's taking it away from Emma's backhand, putting it more on her forehand. And a couple of errors, really, from Emma.
There's no mucking around in this match, and we wouldn't expect that either from Emma Miller, who likes to play, I would call it turbo pace rather than fast pace. But in many ways, we did have Kaitlyn playing against Lana Harrison yesterday, so it was never going to be a slow match, that one. And she countered it very well, by playing at her own pace and just forcing the errors. That was a good play.
Yeah, that was great. See, at the start of this game, Kaitlyn was actually putting it over on the forehand, away from Emma, but when it's pretty tight to the wall, you can't really cross-court it. Just trying to sort of take it across a little bit now.
Took one big step to the ball, and perhaps two smaller steps might have been the better option there.
Yeah, just a couple of errors from Emma on the forehand side. I think she's just forcing it a little bit.
And good to see some of the players who have already completed their tournament just enjoying watching and enjoying the social aspect of squash as well. Good to see. Really dominating this rally, but Kaitlyn Watts sticking around in it, not going away.
Yeah, Kaitlyn's going to keep retrieving. Definitely, Emma probably just needs to keep the pressure on, force Kaitlyn to make a mistake. But yeah, definitely impressed with the tightness at the moment with the girls and the way they're sort of constructing the rallies, both sort of going for the opportunities when they can.
Didn't really need to do that. What I have liked about Kaitlyn in these last couple of matches is that she's actually looked a bit more physically stronger. I mean, yes, she's a year older, of course, just turned 20. Just about being a little bit more stronger. We all know she can hit a hard ball.
Yeah, I think she does, just like physically, just who needs a little bit stronger and she's playing again and it looks like she's enjoying her squash, which is great.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a break, particularly when you're still a teenager.
Oh wow, it's a good link from Emma.
7-all.
In many ways, it's best to have a break early and then feel that you really love the game again or that you really want to play again and come back that way.
Yeah. I think Kaitlyn played a lot of football last year.
Sometimes a team sport as well.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of that.
Maybe had an occasional hit with her dad or members of the club. Oh, no shot.
Yeah, that's good. That's the fire up and the smile there from Emma Miller, which you wouldn't expect anything else. Even when she's losing, she smiles.
Yeah. Shot.
9-7.
Oh wow. Which makes it just look so easy.
Oh, exactly.
I was running into that forehand corner.
With such a good hold of the ball and then just a flick of the wrist in many ways.
So casual as well.
This is interesting here. We could be going one game all. And Miller comes up with a good shot every now and then, a really good shot, but then just a couple of little errors. And that could cost her this game.
Oh, great shot.
She's going to go. happy about that. We're now at 1 game all.
11-8.
And what I find interesting is Kaitlyn Watts leaves the racket on the court.
Game score is 1-all. What's the serve? Love all.
We're back now with the third game, and as you heard, it is 1-all. MILLAR against Kaitlyn Watts. And quite an intriguing contest because it was nice comeback in the second from Watts. The first looked fairly straightforward, Shelley Kitchen to Emma Miller, but the second we saw a nice little fight and she gained the lead early and held on to it from Kaitlyn Watts.
Yeah, she did. I think she just forced Emma to sort of make a few errors, especially in the forehand. Emma probably forced it a little bit, but Kaitlyn was ahead most of that game.
And feel free
Oh, wow.
to... Yeah. That was a nice shot.
Yeah.
Feel free to send through any comments. So we had a few during the men's match, which was quite amusing. Todd Redmond particularly.
What did Todd have to say?
He was talking about how everybody from Eastern always has good fitness, things like that, and a few predictions as well.
Wills has done very well for his fitness over the past couple of days.
Yeah, I'm sure Todd has as well, and when we next see him play, it's good to have people coming through and commenting and watching the squash on Saturday afternoon. Make that Sunday afternoon. There's a fair bit of other sport going on today as well. Whether it's at Eden Park with cricket on the outer oval and rugby on the main field, through to football around the country, and you've got the squash here, early season.
So that unforced error from Emma there.
Yeah, that really was your sitter, that you've got all these options, there's so many places to go, and then try for
maybe
too much.
she wasn't thinking the drop was going to sit up as much as it did. Yeah, sort of a fault there. Unfortunate.
So just explain that fault.
Oh, so the ball was not above the line.
Yeah. Really,
Is it kind of a 101 for squash?
yeah, I mean, it really...
See at this level.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great shot.
But that's sort of
Kaitlyn was
fault, I
onto
mean,
it.
that's your basic, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't
it's-
really see many faults really and serves going out, really, I guess, at this level. So when you do
Yeah.
it, it's like, yeah. She's getting some really good length into the forehand corner now.
So pretty much, with that fault though, I mean, was it just trying to push it too low, or was she just too rushed?
Yeah, just probably trying to get, what's a great shot? Probably trying to get it to sit quite low in the backhand corner. And just trying to get that weight of shot, really. So Emma's doing really well controlling the tee.
That's
That's a great
Much
shot.
better shot. The wiper's shot across the court from the backhand, and the ball just had nothing on it. It was never going to bounce up enough.
Shot.
Miller had to really go forward, but change of direction there. It was like Kaitlyn knew where she was going. And able to take the pace off and just drop it in short on the forehand.
That's a good get. Shot.
Down 7-all.
And the raise of the eyebrows there from Kaitlyn, like, ugh.
I think she was there to play the shot, really. Could have set up a little bit. Oh, it's a great shot. Shot.
8-7.
think
9-7.
both players have been guilty of just trying to be too precise. Wait for another shot. You don't have to do it straight away like that shot there. Yeah, great. Go
I
for it,
think,
but it doesn't have to be that
anything
close.
would have been a good shot for Kaitlyn. I think Emma tried to do a reverse both, it sort of didn't turn out very well. Even that shot as well. So a couple of unforced errors at sort of crucial time of the game. Should be sort of kicking herself at this point. Looks like Kaitlyn's really stepped up.
Game.
The ball
Game.
just escaping Kaitlyn's
2 games to 1.
reach there. Also been in the New Zealand team before.
Oh, nice shot.
That's a great shot to start with, isn't it?
Emma's going for it this
yeah.
fourth game. She's not going to muck around. Oh.
Although a little bit erratic there, Shelley Kitchen. We have the winner, then the loser on that one. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's her style, but perhaps she just needs to pull it in a little bit more when you're in a final and when you're up against someone like Kaitlyn. Just bring it in a little bit, right?
I think the shots that she's sort of trying to, shots she's making, they're not that they are the right shots to play, but she's just forcing a little bit, especially after the first couple of quick points at the start of the game. But yeah, definitely Kaitlyn's going to give it all in this game and fight back, as she always does. Oh, nice shot.
And now 3-2.
A little bit of a lower serve this time, not the lob serve. Let's see what can develop down the backhand wall.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
4-2.
I like Kaitlyn. She was there, and I probably.
put too
Yeah.
much pressure on herself on that one.
I think so. Maybe she's just out of position a little bit.
Right. Maybe a lob might have even worked, but then she was so close to the wall, it would have been hard to
yeah.
swing.
She tried to just sort of flicked it a little bit. So yeah, but that was a great rally. That's probably one of the longest rallies of the matches. Oh, that's a great shot.
5-2.
So I think Emma putting her hand out there, meaning that she'd played one both, it
Yeah.
actually went above the tin and the forehand. So
Oh,
6-2.
so
Emma
a
sort of really takes.
decent lead now.
Yeah, a big lead now here. I think Kaitlyn's sort of got to move the ball around a little bit more. I think she was probably playing too many straight lines and then too much to the back. I think she needs to push Emma to the front a little bit when she can, when it's a good opportunity. Oh wow, great shot. Oh wow. Oh wow.
That was a good entertaining rally.
3-6.
It's an amazing shot. And I don't think, we know with Kaitlyn, she is going to just keep running and keep fighting for every shot.
And Shelley Kitchen, what's the sort of next tournament for some of these players? Too much there.
There's actually the Lawrenceville 3K Challenger event coming up
That's
for
for
the
the men.
men, which starts on Thursday. Then we've got the New Zealand doubles,
And that's in
which is
Palmerston.
in Palmerston North, so that's the 9th, 10th, 11th of April. So full contingent of our top players playing that event, which is really great. See them supporting the national event.
No net.
And we've got the New Zealand Junior Open, which is Anzac weekend.
That's in Remuera, I think.
Yes, it is. And then we sort of start back on with our PSAs again, which is the Waikato Open, which is a 3K challenger, men's and women's, end of April. So
There's plenty going on anyway in the next 6 weeks.
There is a bit of a sort of mini break, I guess, for our pros, which is probably much needed.
Yeah, there's a few of them got a few niggly injuries.
9-3.
All right, so Emma Miller now looking, well, just 2 points away from victory here.
Yeah, she's playing great in this fourth game. She's done nothing wrong. She probably hit the tin once, I think, up until this point.
Oh, just a couple of errors coming in.
Yeah, she's played really well.
Down. 14.
She knew what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
Very nice finish.
Shot. Oh wow, great reach there from you. Nice shot.
Good play. I think what she did there, she held the ball long enough to understand where Miller was going to be, and she could put it away in the opposite corner. Good shot. Well, she's not letting go of it, is she?
No way. She's sort of
I don't know whether there was someone running into the wall or some really amazing shot. I don't think it was.
4 match balls still for Emma. Emma's looking very relaxed.
It's a much longer rally on this one.
Oh, well done.
17.
Well, she's certainly not going away in this one, Kaitlyn Watts. And sort of Emma Miller, if you want to win it, well, you're going to have to fight for it.
Yeah, for sure. It's great. Great comeback. She's sort of got
Left box. 17. Match ball.
Well,
17.
okay, so we get the lead on that one. We still have a number of game points, match points for Miller.
yeah.
It was about
she
one of the
does.
few times I've actually even seen a question a call.
Yeah, she doesn't really question really calls at all, but I'm pretty patient at the moment, both girls really. Just waiting for that opportunity to come up. It's a great rally. Nice.
Oh, that's another match point saved.
8-10. Match ball.
Well, it's been about 3 or 4 of them now that she's just held on for. Forcing.
Yeah, I think she had about an 8-3, 8-4
Yeah, something
lead.
like that, yeah.
So she'll be probably really kicking herself, I guess, to get to this point. Might be it. It's a great lead. Oh.
Did I hear you almost say stroke?
It was a yes lead. It was a yes lead. It was a very yes lead. From the right, 8-10.
I'm sure I heard you almost say stroke under your breath there, Shelley.
Yeah, I don't think there was much room to play.
8-10.
Okay, so we get another chance.
Yeah. It's very
Again, holding on.
exciting.
Holding on and
Man, I'm
holding
not
on.
on that court playing right now.
This is the sort of stuff you love. You love being involved in this.
Oh, that's great. Great competition.
Well, you had enough times when you were on the court against
Yeah, I did.
Emma.
Yeah, fantastic comeback from Kaitlyn, it really is. But Emma, she's got a lot of experience.
19.
Wow, all those game points, match balls, have been eroded away.
Yeah, amazing. Great for Kaitlyn to sort of be able to sort of keep calm. She hasn't gone near the tin at all.
Yes, net. 19. Left box. 19.
Well, we've had a few lets near the end of this, Shelley.
I wonder how many more lets we're going to have. What do you think?
A little bit of tension, but fun. Probably not for the players.
Yeah,
they want to
no,
finish it off.
and not for pro parents watching out there as well. Yeah. Kaitlyn's just giving it everything.
Yes, net. Yes, net. Left box. 9, 10.
And this is about the third or fourth time that we've been here to this point. And
Yeah.
to this serve. Both players getting a little bit tight.
Yep. Both staying very, very calm. Well, they're
Pace.
looking like they are.
She's clearing quite a bit, Emma. She is. Yes, net. 19.
It's very unusual, as we've said, for Emma Miller to actually say anything. She wants to finish this, and it keeps on coming back to let at 10-9 out for Miller.
There's been a bit of interference, I guess, in that backhand wall.
Yes, net.
Another let.
On backswing, left box, 9-10. Match ball.
Okay, so we're back at the same point again. It's deja vu, folks. And once again, we have Emma Miller trying to finish it off, and Kaitlyn Watts trying to hang in.
Yeah.
So,
It's great, the girls sort of no errors.
well, we're almost used to this from the men in many ways. Backhand side.
Yeah, sort of getting into each other's way a little bit on the backhand side. Amazing, both girls really staying away from the tin.
Wow. Well, you've got to give credit to Kaitlyn there that she's fought her way back. She's fought her way back very well
Yeah, amazing.
after all those lets.
11-10.
I think there's a bit of frustration.
So Emma sort of stopped taking the ball in short, but playing quite safe.
Okay, we're going 5, folks.
And score is 2-all.
It looked pretty.
2-all. What's the serve level?
Well, we now enter the 5th game of this women's decider, a Royal Oak PSA Challenger. Kaitlyn Watts against Emma Miller. And a lovely fight back from Kaitlyn Watts in the 4th, especially after Miller had probably 5 game or match balls. And then we had about 4 or 5 lets. And that's a bit of point. Miller, Shelley Kitchen will be frustrated because she effectively had that 4th, didn't she? And then a number of lets.
Yeah, definitely. I think
Hand And out, 1-1.
Well, Kaitlyn played really solid towards the end of the fourth game. I think Emma stopped going short, stopped moving the ball around too much. Just gave Kaitlyn obviously that opportunity to get back into it. Oh wow.
2-1.
So what I'm looking for here is I guess the body language and the player saying this is mine. And it's going to be interesting because Miller won't be happy. Kaitlyn's got that energy, that fist clench. Which one's going to react first, I think, is what I'm looking for.
3-1.
I think Kaitlyn's looking very determined at the moment. I think when you come back from such a big lead like that in the fourth, you sort of do have the momentum in your favour.
And feel free to put through your thoughts on who should or will win. Oh, that's
4-1.
one of those headache shots there from Emma Miller, thinking, oh no. And that's where your mind goes back and dwells on, hey, I should have won the fourth. What am I doing
I
here in the
think
fifth?
so. Yeah, should definitely be thinking, what is she doing here right now?
Yeah, we've just seen that the last couple of points. It's not so much that we're saying she's giving up, but just like, you can see the aggravation.
Yeah.
Last by it from Kaitlyn, and the energy's there.
6-1.
So what we're seeing is the energy from what's not so much from Miller in this, the fifth. Well,
7-1.
and Kaitlyn Watts doing everything right, but just Emma Miller just seems to have gone a little bit of walkabout at the moment.
Yeah, I think Kaitlyn's just sort of steamrolling ahead now. Emma's sort of guessing a little bit.
The footwork's gone.
Left box, 8-1.
Well, as we said earlier, whoever wins this will be their first PSA Challenger title. And it's always something nice to get. Just much running towards the ball there. And
9-1. Right box.
unfortunately for Emma, she just
Yeah,
seems
she
to
looks
be.
like she's sort of struggling a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. It might not just be mentally, it could be physically as well. But we're in to a big lead now for Kaitlyn Watts.
Yeah, good shot.
She is hitting runners now.
10-1, match ball.
Well, that wraps it up. Kaitlyn Watts winning her first challenger, and that is in 5. So congratulations there to the 20-year-old Shirley Kitchen. Just a quick word on that final.
Yeah, great comeback from Kaitlyn for her to be sort of down and out really in the fourth and to come back and